Hello, I'm Harrison Keeley. Here's a quick look at today's top stories. First of all, a record number of drug-addicted babies are being born in Tennessee. The majority these days aren't addicted to crack cocaine, but to drugs like oxycodone, morphine, and methadone. And withdrawal can be an expensive, excruciating process. The babies may see tremors, cramps, and seizures. They don't eat, or they eat too fast. They vomit and sweat, and won't make eye contact with caregivers. More than 800 babies are projected to be born addicted in Tennessee this year alone. State officials say it's an epidemic that's only expected to get worse, but for now they'll continue to work to solve the problem. A LaFayette man was found dead in his house on Monday. Police say 35-year-old Daniel Chad Marks shot Roy Leonard McKeehan in the head. Hours later, Marks led police on a chase from Summerville to Alabama, where he crashed into a ditch and shot himself. A 12-year-old and a 13-year-old boy have been arrested after a string of fires in Brainerd. The incidents began last month when several cars, vacant houses, and a shed were set on fire. Police say the boys removed the gas caps from the cars and inserted flammable objects into the fuel tanks. Both boys face arson charges and a prohibited weapons charge for making a Molotov cocktail. 3 Chattanooga firefighters have been placed on leave after they were injured while fighting a blaze on 4th Avenue. The firefighters sustained burns to their head, neck, and arms in the flames. Thomas Williams was sent to the burn unit at Vanderbilt Hospital, but has since returned. His injuries weren't life-threatening, but serious enough that he'll be off work for several weeks. The cause of the blaze remains under investigation. There's a new Republican candidate running in the 4th Congressional District primary. Math teacher and volunteer firefighter John Anderson of Bell Buckle, Tennessee, has entered the race. He says he's not looking for a career in Congress and just wants 2 years to start a revolution. Anderson says he plans to get the federal government, quote, out of our telephones, out of our bedrooms, out of our schools and churches and doctors' offices, out of our gun cabinets, and out of our lives. He says he'll also push to force congressmen to attest they've personally read any bill before voting on it. He says that would make bills shorter and easier to understand. Anderson joins Scott Desjardins and Jim Tracy in the race. Leaders in Kimball have chosen to get special air transport coverage for city employees in medical emergencies. The city's voted to pay $60 a year per employee to cover the cost of emergency medical flights. The average cost of a medical flight there can be up to $30,000, even after insurance. The new program helps spread out the costs for such flights across the nation. Now the city's considering a similar plan for all of its residents. Its annual fee would be about $7,500. Dr. David McCallie has passed away at 92. The Chattanooga native and longtime physician is remembered as a leader and a diplomat. He was chief of staff at both Erlanger and Memorial Hospitals, and he was president of the local medical society. Turning to weather, today will be mostly sunny with a high near 79 degrees. The low tonight will be around 53. That's our newscast for today. Thanks for being with us. You can find more on these stories and breaking news all day long at timesfreepress.com.